everyone, it's Lynette with Charmed Grammy Crochet. How are you today? I seem to be a little crooked. That's how I am today. I want to thank you for joining me here on my channel today. My channel is a crochet channel. Some knitting because I'm learning to knit. I started a 10-minute knit challenge that has now developed into now we're doing a crochet along. There's 2 different shawls. I'm doing that with Lynanne. So we're doing a crochet along with Lynanne from Lynanne I Crochet and everyone else that wants to join in. And Lynanne and I are making a second shawl. Anybody else can join in that too. The 2 shawls are, the one that's the crochet along is the fall shawl, Finally Fall Shawl by Fiberflux, and the other one is I Want to Knit a Shawl, and I think that is a Ravelry pattern that I believe was free. And we're having a good time with that. And let's see, we went live to introduce the crochet along, and then every 2 weeks we're doing a live to help people along that are having trouble, including ourselves. So this week on Wednesday, next Wednesday, I don't know the date off the top of my head, sorry, on Lynanne's channel, we're going to learn how, we're going to have a special guest who is Shannon from Another Yarn, and we're going to learn how to change color or add more yarn, like if you run out of your skein. So I'm working on that project to get to that point that I need more yarn. I'm not there yet. Apparently Lynanne is. She's just a little buzzy bee. So let me show you that project real quick. I do believe it's living in this bag. My bag from Anita from Yarn Tails and Hooks, and I have it then in the cake inside this little pouch that I got from Wolf Fiber Market, which is also where I bought this yarn that I'm using. So it's mostly all knit. I knit 3 and do a yarn over, so you get this little border on every other row, because you only knit it on the one side. Lynanne is doing the yarn over on both ends, and that's making hers grow faster, and it's making it wider where mine is going to be longer, which now I'm kind of saying, dang, I wish I'd have done that. Because mine's going to be more pointy. But this is how it's looking. I did work yesterday and put all those rows in from, I don't know if you can see my lifeline. The lifeline is, let me turn it to this side. The lifeline is here. Well, it's white, so it's hard to see it. I still haven't found dental floss. So my lifeline is there in this row. And I worked all of these last night. It's getting there. There was a mistake. I dropped 2 stitches in the eyelet rows. I have to be at like 160 to put the more eyelets in, and that stitches across. I don't know how many rows, but that stitches across. When I get to about 160 stitches across, I will put in the eyelet rows again. It's like every 48 stitches from the previous eyelet row. So that's where that is. It's coming along. I guess I should show you. I still have a lot of yarn to go on this skein. Or this was a hank. This is 100% cotton, and it is a DK weight or 3 weight. And I am using little tiny hooks, needles. Oh, maybe they're not as tiny as I think. They are 4mm. That's tiny for me. So I'm using 4mm needles on that one, and it's coming along. I'm liking it a lot. But today is Friday, which means Luck of the Draw was yesterday. So I'm doing a Luck of the Draw. This is with Trish, Mama Swift. This is Luck of the Draw, I think 15. It's a 10-week crochet along where you don't get to know what your color is next. She uses 5 colors and a main color generally. My last one, I did not use the main color, which means I just went, you get 5 skeins of yarn, you number them 1 through 5. And every week Trish pulls a number out of her little red solo cup with her baseball hat on, and that's the coordinating yarn you use to put into your project. Then you put that in, and then you put in a like coordinating color, base color that you use like in between every week. Last time I didn't use the in between color, and it looked really nice. This time I put a little change up in there, and I'm using 10 colors plus a main color. So my main color is navy blue, and then I have 2 number 1s, 2 number 2s, 2 number 3s. So because I didn't want my sections to be really wide, and if I only used 5 colors, I needed wider, I think. And there were all these colors I wanted to put into it. So it's very colorful, but they're coordinating colors. This week, oh, I don't have my list in here. This week, my 2 colors were, this one is called Terracotta, and it's an I Love This yarn. It was, I have used this in a crochet, in a Luck of the Draw before, and it was a number 3. It wasn't a number 3 this time. I have used this one in the Luck of the Draw before as well, and it was number 2. That was also not this week's number. But this one, I love this color. This one is called Desert Glaze, and it is also, I love this yarn, which I do love this yarn. Then my main color is navy blue, and it is a Pound of Love. And I do believe it's just called navy. And it's attached to the project. So I've got a yarn tail hanging off over here. It's going to turn into a big knot. There we go. Fix that before it becomes a problem. So this, let's see, yep, it is called navy. And I was kind of going off the theme of this Sedona Desert. And the colors in the pictures that I took there. It was originally a fall shawl that I made, a wrap. I'm making a wrap. It was originally a fall wrap I made a couple years ago, 2022. And it was supposed to be a blanket. The pattern is from the April 2022 Crochet magazine. And it was called the Fading Rainbow Lapgan, but I just made it wide enough to be a wrap and then long enough to be a wrap. So I'm working this direction. So my first color was, I think that's carrot, and now we're coming along. I got ends through the green, and then I didn't do the ends yet. And now my 2 colors for this week. So this represents week 5. I am probably about 40 inches wide. Probably 40 to 50. I could be done pretty soon. I mean, I don't know that I can go 10 weeks on it because it nearly wraps around already. But what I did decide to do, and maybe I'll make it really long. I don't know. I haven't, we'll see when, after next week, when I get this much more on it, we'll see how it goes. But what I've decided is, because I'm doing like whatever number, these were both number 1, let's say. I thought, well, they do number 1 again, then instead of going orange cream, I'll go cream orange. I've decided that I don't want to do it that way. I know that the color number for these two will not be called again next week, because she doesn't, so that you don't get duplicates, she doesn't use that number again. So if the number was 1, 1 won't be in the cup next week. I don't remember what the number was. It was just these two colors in my thing. So I decided that I have on my list, I have 1 through 5 and then 1 through 5. So when number 1 is called, I pick the 2 colors. And I put them in any way I want to, whichever order. But I decided, because I think it'll be more random, I'm going to keep my 1 through 5 on the top, and then my 1 through 5, my second set of 1 through 5, I'm going to renumber them 5 through 1. So number 1 will be number 5, and number 5 will be number 1. So I'm just going to switch the order, except the middle one will still be the middle one, won't it? I'm going to renumber them. Anyway, let's just go with that. I'm going to renumber them so that the same 2 colors won't be together again. When she calls this number, if she calls this number, it won't be these same 2 colors. It'll be this one and this one, maybe, so it'll be more random. And so I'm liking that. I'm liking that better. I think that'll be more fun. It doesn't take me long to do this. I did this last night along with the other crocheting, or the knitting. I did them together last night. Now I'm going to admit something I wasn't going to tell you guys, but I couldn't remember which hook I started with. And so I started, I think, with a 7mm. And then the next week, I automatically picked up my 6mm. And I didn't realize. And then the next week, I think I did a 6.5. So I'm kind of all over the place. But I believe I started with the 7. And so I'm continuing on with a 7 now. I did a 7 this week. So it does kind of do a little of this, but you can stretch it out and it's fine. It's very stretchy. But the first week, 6 is my go-to hook. And so the first week, I thought I did a 6. And it's very loose. So the next week when I did this, I think I did a 6, and not the 7 hook. I thought, oh gosh, I'm crocheting it way too tight. When I was done and I held it, I'm like, oh gosh, I just crocheted way too tight this time, or way too loose last time. Well, if I'm going to crochet tight, I should probably go with a bigger hook the next time. So I think I did a 6.5. I don't know. I know last week I did the 6.5, and it was still not quite the right size to match up with the beginning. But this is just for me, and like I said, you stretch it and it works. And it's going to be stretched out, wrapped around me anyway. So nobody will really see that it's, except you guys all know, but don't tell, okay? It does make a difference, but my stitches, I tend to have a problem still. This many years in, I still have a problem with tension. If I'm, crocheting fast, my tension is tight. If I'm tired and I'm crocheting real slow, my tension is much, not as tight. It's just looser. That's just all there is to it. So it is what it is, and I'm fine with it. Like I said, it's just, it's not like I'm making it for anyone other than myself. And when you're wearing it, nobody will see because it's going to be all stretched and pulled around me anyway. And this is living in my ball sack bag. This is my ball sack that Trish gave me. I thought that was pretty appropriate. Well, the colors that I'm working with for the week live in this bag. My whole 10 colors are in a bigger bag, obviously. They're not going to stay alive in here. Oops, there we go. Let's see, what else did I want to tell you? I have worked on my opera wrap, the one with the sleeves. I finished the second cake and I have started the third cake. Let me see, I have it right here. Not in this. I haven't worked on that. This I have worked on. This bag was given to me. Oh, it's so cute. Here we go. I believe this one was Desiree or Joe from Joe's Web. I got one from each of them. They each have a different pattern. I love the bags. They have all these little pockets inside. They're great. I think they got them at Aldi's. Anyway, this is my opera wrap. And it's got the sleeves on it. And when I wrap the sleeve, it doesn't go around yet. After 2 cakes, I thought it would be wide enough, but it's not wide enough in my upper arm, like up here. It's I think there's 25-ish stitches along this ribbed part. It's not really a rib, but the, sleeve part, there's like 25-ish stitches, and it's comes down almost to my elbow. I will probably, fold it over. But in order to give myself that option, it still needs to be longer, wide, this way. This way, it's getting plenty wide. She said knit it or crochet it until it's 15 inches in the body is what or 15 and a half, what the directions say. I'm sure I am probably very close to that, if not reached that already, but it doesn't go around my arm. So it's just it's not big enough if I can't close the sleeve all the way up. I haven't even read how we're supposed to do that, but no matter how, when it gets to the biggest part of my arm, it doesn't fit, so I have to continue the pattern. I'm really liking the way it's looking. As I said, it's that many rows. I am using my 6mm throughout the body, except on the sleeve where every other row you're supposed to do a slip stitch up the sleeve. I am doing that with a 6.5mm hook so that it's not too tight. But then I go back to the 6mm on the body of it, which you're also supposed to slip stitch, but I'm doing a single crochet because that slip stitch was killing my thumb. So that's where I stand with this project. I really am enjoying it. I might need to do a lot more of that cake than I thought I would. My third cake this is Karen Cotton Cakes. This is the color Lighthouse. It's very muted shades of gray, cream, pink, and blue, like a blue-gray and a real pale pink. So it'll go with a lot of different articles of clothing. I'm really hoping that I like the way it feels to wear it. If I do, I will probably make more because it's more like a sweater wrap. You don't have to hold it on. That's why I don't like to wear shawls and wraps, because you got to hold them on. Yeah, you can use a shawl pin, I know. And there are ways of keeping them on, but they always tend to want to fall off. And that drives me crazy. It's like your bra strap never stays on. You know, it's that same kind of thing. Aggravating. Here it is. Trying to find where I am. There I am. So this is the end right here. I am on the single crochet row. And then it's also got double crochets and a triple X stitch in it. And I'm really liking it a lot. It's an easy pattern to remember. Every other row is the slip stitch single crochet row, my modification. And I thought it would get done in 2, but it's not. So hopefully it'll be done in 3. Even I bought 4, so I have plenty of yarn. I can, you know, make it as big as I want. But I want the sleeve to be not loose, but not stretched either, to have it on. So when it gets to that point, I will know, and then I'll finish it off. And then I can show you what it looks like on. So I'm excited about that. So keep in mind that Wednesday we will be on... Keep in mind that Wednesday we'll be on Lynanne's channel with Shannon from Another Yarn. We'll be doing a live on our knitting. And if you haven't joined in, give us, join in. It's just knit 10 minutes a day. That's the whole premise of how we started it. A lot of people have started knitting or picked up knitting again, just because, it's just yarn and it's just 10 minutes a day. And learn a new skill or practice an old one. And join us. We have a good time on the lives. Lynanne and I both have Facebook group pages. A lot of people are posting on her page. Mine isn't nearly as active as hers is, which is fine. But a lot of people are posting and showing their work as they go, asking questions. That's the whole point of it. So we appreciate you joining in. I appreciate you watching this video, staying to the end. I do have a giveaway. I think Friday I am supposed to pick the name. And it is for a $50 gift card. So I do have that going on. So go back a couple of videos, find the giveaway video, make a watch the video, do what you're supposed to do. You definitely have to comment in order to be included. You can't go in the comment picker without making a comment. Just saying. Makes it a way easier. And you have to follow the rules. So do that if you have not already, to win the $50 gift card. It'll be an electronic gift card, most likely. Or, maybe to a local yarn store or something like that I could call and pay them and give them your name or whatever. I've done that before. It's always good to patronize them. So, that's all that I got for you today. And I hope to see you in the next video and on Wednesday's live on Lynanne's channel. See you then. Bye-bye.